All right. Hello, good night once again to CDP Lab subscribers and new subscribers, and of course, persons who are supporting CDP Labs and the services. Good night, I'm Ronnie Bernard. I We're just using this session to continue looking at linear programming and to tell you a little bit more about our mass marathon, which will commence on the 7th of April, which is tomorrow, right? Persons have started to register already for the program. And of course, we'll start to make good use of what we are about to give them, just to help to, you know, give you a better opportunity in passing this exam. Now, tomorrow again, we're scheduled to go live on our platform to continue to promote and to look at linear programming. And of course, today we're going to be just, skimming through the 2024 paper, trying to figure out why persons did not do so well on the exam. Still trying to figure it out. But I think I have an idea. There's a special question on the 2024 exam paper that persons probably got thrown off because of how the question was structured. It was actually a consumer arithmetic question. But another much persons might not be viewing us live now because of the hours of the night. But of course, if you are there, welcome to CDP Library Services. And of course, look forward to see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming it early tomorrow. You'll see a live stream come out early tomorrow, maybe 2 or 3 times for the day tomorrow. But just want to ensure that you guys come and join our marathon sessions, right? We will not be streaming everything live, so it will be in your best interest to, join us on our YouTube, on our Maths Marathon program that we have lined up for students doing CXC mathematics this year. And by chance, we might end up doing a program for human and social biology. Who knows? Let's see what happens. We have a track record on human and social biology. All right, so first we're going to be showing what is lined up for a Maths Marathon program. Hopefully more persons will start to join before the spots are filled, because I must tell you that we have limited space working with. So it's been your best interest to, log on time so that you can benefit from this program. All right. So just going to show you what's up with us, how to get to the program. Just want to show you how to get to the program. Okay. Let's show you how to get to the program and what's lined up for you. So now, when you go to our website, no, our website address is cdplabseduservices.com. And of course, we're going to give you the number just in case you can WhatsApp us. Basically, you can send us a WhatsApp message to our local number, which is 1-876-324-8441. And of course, you can WhatsApp me at 929-394-8048 for further details and for assistance, just in case you're not able to get onto the site. So you go to book online, and let me explain to you. Do not click on courses for the Maths Marathon. Click on book online. Good. In order to get our combo plan, we have a combo plan. Now, if you click on courses, it's going to charge you twice. So, because we're going to charge you for the course separately from book online. But if you go book online and make your payment, only $50 US, I can guarantee you that you will get the combo itself, right? So I'm going to show you. So when you click on book online, you're going to scroll down, and then you'll make your payment, make your payment, and then after you make your payment, it will come up as get a plan. So you click on get a plan, and then now, as you can see, all right, so you get thanks for your order, complete your booking. It's going to complete the booking. You can now select who you want, which teacher you want to book. All right. All right. So, you're gonna complete the booking. Now, please note that you already paid. So you're not going to be paying twice, only once. Just want to show exactly what should happen, because there might be persons who are trying to book and having a difficulty, getting on board. So it's going to show you. So because I already booked, once you already make your payment, it will tell you that you already pay with this plan, and so you can add the link to your calendar. All right, so payment method was that. Good. So continue browsing. And then here you go. So you can then go to courses now. I'm going to show what is in the courses now. Right. So go to courses and you click on view details. Because you see, you already pay. So it tells you that you're a participant. Good. So once you create an account with CDP Library Services, they will pick up your email address and it will tell you now that you are a participant. Good. Then you click on view details. So you see, it only takes one plan to give you both the for you to, schedule your classes and you can start your course. Now, of course, I think you know that ad by now. All right, so we said CXC passport questions, both paper 1 and 2, and a few video clips. Please know that there's a different topic each day. And trust me, at the end, there are two of us as instructors in the program, myself, your student Ronnie Bernard, and of course, Miss Shade Casey. Now, at the end of the program, you'll get a certificate so that you have completed our maths marathon. And of course, in order to complete this maths marathon, you have to get no less than 80% throughout the entire program. And once you get no less than 80% through the entire program, then you know for sure that you shouldn't have a problem passing the exams. All right, so we're going to start off from here. We start off from here. So if you notice, we click on that, and you will have some videos right here. Just wanted to see that what you're getting in the package for your $50, getting value for money, more than value for money, I should say. So this is a video that you can watch, and we give you as much videos to cover consumer arithmetic and of course computation topics. So you see wages, you see overtime wages, you see profit and loss percentages, you foreign exchange, simple interest, compound interest, and more. All right. So once you watch these videos before you start the class, of course, you know that things will work out for you. That's why this as a video actually works. You might be wondering, is this for real?
Counters. Red counters to the total number of counters. At this moment, I'll ask you to pause the video and try this question. John, you have more counters than me. I'm the older one, so I must have more. Not because you were born before me. Anyway, let's not argue over that. What's the ratio? What do you mean by the ratio? Okay, I'll tell you what it is. A ratio is a relation that is
All
used to
right, so of
compare.
course, when you pay for your Maths Marathon, you'll be getting this, the live Zoom sessions as well, right? And of course, along with the videos, you'll be getting manipulatives that will, so if you are a practical learner or a hands-on learner, then you'll be able to use these manipulatives to help you to get good understanding of what you're doing. Just in case you're not able to use the manipulatives on your own, then during the live sessions, the instructors will show you how to use the manipulatives to help you understand. So even during the live sessions that we'll be having for a Maths Marathon, which begins tomorrow, April 7th, I must say to you that, once you use the manipulatives that we have to share with you and what you can use from home, you recognize that you have a very good understanding. And just giving you a little bit of our secret of how we approach and help our students to be successful in any mathematics exams. You'll have heard our testimony from one of our previous students who did very well, who's currently studying in New York at Queens College. And she has been doing very well in mathematics even then. So I'm just saying to you that CDP Library Services is the program for you, give you value for money. We're quite sure there's no other online school like CDP Library Services where you can actually get value for money. You're paying only 50 US dollars for this package. It's a package. Take advantage of it now, because I must tell you that as we proceed into the second week of April, the price will double. So you don't want the price to be double than you. So I'm just telling you, it's best you join now so you can make peace while the sun shines. Now, so when you watch your videos and you get your manipulatives to, it's like a full class of its own for yourself. You're really getting value for money. Then we have our past paper questions, right? And the beauty about the past paper questions is that when you type in the answers, right? Let's say if I can type in an answer and see what happens. Let's say I type in an answer and see what happens, right? Let's say I type in an answer. Let's say I type in 54. I type in 54. But the question is, if I type in 54, well, now at the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, you're gonna click on, you won't get a button. If I say next, let's see what happens if you go for next. All progress in this session will be lost if you quit it. So you cannot quit it, right? You cannot quit it. You have to just complete the thing, right? Complete it. You are forced to complete it. You are very much forced to complete it. So if it's lost, you have to do it back over again. Good. If the answer is correct, let's say we could give you this one. I'll give you this one. There you go. I'll give you that one. Good. And then you just go on, do your thing. Right? Let's say that you click on this. It said if all progress in this session will be lost. So what it's really telling you is that you need to complete the paper. You need to complete the paper, right? Now, when you do all the calculations, because even though you'll get a score, we still want you to upload, take a picture of the work that you have done, take a picture of the work that you have done, right? Or screenshot it. It doesn't depend on how you did the work, what you did the work on. and upload the work, the calculation, so we can look to see where actually went wrong, right? So the idea is for you to be performing. So we give you a video tutorials, we give you manipulatives, we give you practice questions, and we'll also be giving you the tutorial itself, the live tutorial that you book with us. Only $50, folks. I'm guaranteeing you that you will do well on this exam. By we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And so forth. CDP Library Services does not work without, doesn't work. We don't work on our own. We believe in God and we put our trust in God. And we know that our students will always do well under his guidance. So this is basically what the package is like, so that you can, of course, perform and do the best that you can, right? Now, let's say that let's say you type an answer here. Let's see if it comes up correct. Now, if you press next, again, you don't want to quit. So you have to complete the thing. Don't quit. Just keep working until you get the right answers. Good? If you like, the setup for the if you like the setup for the what you call it now, or a marathon, then we're gonna ask you to click on the thumbs button, share the link, share the information with your friends and family. We'll be doing the exams this year. All right, so without any further ado, we want to take a little peep on we're going to take a little peep on the 2024 exam paper, just to really take a look at it, and don't want it to be a nightmare to anybody, but just for us to have an idea as to where you probably went wrong, and we're going to be focusing more on just going to be discussing the paper 2024, and of course go back and look at a linear programming question. So let's take a good look at the exam paper. All right, now here we are. This is the exam 2024, and it was not created by CDP Library Services. It wasn't created by the Cabin Examination Council, otherwise known as CXC. And of course, this is just a past paper, all right? Now, it was May 2024. Nothing has changed much. And remember that the exam is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Now, 1 hour is 60 minutes. And another hour is 60 minutes. That's a 60 and 60 is 120. Plus another 40. That's 160 minutes. Now, I always tell my students that when you are doing these exams, you have approximately also 10 questions to answer. You divide the time by the total number of questions you have to answer. That simply means that you should not spend more than 16 minutes on a question, right? You have 7 questions in section 1, 3 questions in section 2. That's 10 questions. So therefore, you should not spend no more than 60 minutes on a question. All questions, writing your answers in the spaces provided in this booklet. Numerical answers that are non-exact should be given correct to 3 significant figures. Note what it says now. Numerical answers that are non-exact should be given correct to 3 significant figures or 1 decimal place for angles in degrees unless a different level of accuracy is specified in the question. Now, once they give you instructions on an exam paper, you should follow it. All right, so we're gonna go a bit further down. All working must be clearly shown. So for CDP library services, even though we give you a space to type your answers and it will score you, you are still required to show the working, and that's why I say upload files. Now, if you need to rewrite any answer, there's not enough space to do so on the original page. You must use the extra pages provided at the back of the booklet. Remember to draw a line through your original answer. So there are some instructions there, and you're required to follow those instructions. As usual, they get the formulas, so don't need to memorize formulas. Just need to learn how to use them and use them. Now, if you look at the first question, we're not working, we're not calculating anything right here. We're just discussing how we should actually approach the question. Now it says calculate the value up, so you're gonna be working it out. But let's look at the before we go any further. We have to examine what we have in front of us right here. Now this symbol means something. It is telling that it is telling you that you're going to find the square root of something. Now, normally when you find the square root of, is you find the square root of what is under the symbol. So therefore, you have to compute what's under the symbol, then you find the square root of it. Good. Now, this number to the upper right corner is telling you how much you must multiply 7.1 by itself. And in this case, it's 2. So you work out that, then you work out the next one, you add it, and then of course you find the square root of it. So and then note, they said right, your answer, there's 2 significant figures. This is something that you practice on past paper, right? So those who, many persons should not have failed this. They write it in 2 decimal places. Now, this question, it might be new to many, but the concept is not new. It's a write the following quantities in ascending order. Now, in order to write the quantities in ascending order, this is where you are testing your ability to think. Now, if you notice, the symbols are there. Ascending order means that you start from the smallest number to the highest, to a bigger number than the biggest. You see? And they want to know if you know the symbols. Now, you have to use your common sense. And I see why some persons would have failed the exam. Because it looks strange. If them say the following quantities in ascending order, the word ascending then would suggest that you are starting from small to large. The quantities are expressed differently as a fraction, as a decimal, and as a percentage. Now, they are testing your ability to think. And this is what show off many students because they're not thinking. They're not thinking. I am not going to tell you what to do in this case. But I'm going to, if you come to our online program, this is what we do with our students. We don't just tell them things. We give them a chance to think it through, guide them in thinking it through. And then they will come up with the right answer. So we're saving this task for our registered students in our Maths Marathon. And one thing I must say is that many students would have watched a lot of us on YouTube, doing maths marathons, running through past paper questions, etc., etc. CDP Library Services believe in a particular way of teaching, and that way of teaching we use encourage our students to reason and to think things through. And you'll have heard one of our previous past students, as I mentioned before, where she basically shared her experience, the mistakes she made, how she went, what she did had to do to be successful the next time around. And that same lesson that she learned from us, she continued in her life experience in mathematics, even at the tertiary level, university, college level. So we are saying to you, it is if you want to make a good investment on yourself, invest your money in TDP Library Services, invest in yourself, so that this time you will not fail your exams if you're doing it for the second time or a third time, but you will definitely pass your exams through by the will of God. And God wants all of us to do well, but it's just for you to put in the work. Now, when we look at this question here now, Mahendra and Jeha shared $7,224 in the ratio of 75. How much more money does Mahendra receive than here? Again, this is a ratio question that you'd have done. If you go into our CDP labs courses, you'll see that we have a ratio video. We have a direct proportion video. Again, CDP labs and the services see that students need to develop their reasoning skills, and we can clearly see why persons fail because their reasoning skills are not intact. CDP labs and the services uses its live, or we use our live session to help develop the skills necessary to pass the maths exams. That's how we prepare our students. We outdo the Caribbean last year. We outdo them, right? We basically more than double the percentage that pass their exams. So it's up to you. The choice is yours again. So of course we continue to go through this paper. Now the present population of Portmount is 550,000. They're talking about the number of persons who lives in that particular location. It is expected that this population will increase by 42% by the year 2030. Write the number 550,000 in standard form. Again, we have a computation lesson that teaches you how to write a number in standard form. This is basically computation. Calculate the expected population of Portmount in 2030. Again, reasoning to see if you're actually thinking. Good. Now, this, I believe, showed off many students. You weren't tested in anything different. You were actually tested in what you have learned already. It's just a question of how them present the problem to you is different. But when you are faced with the exam problem, you have to look at the information I give you. So you'd have learned how to use a graph, right? No, because persons did not know how to use a graph like this. Again, that's the reason why many of them would have probably omitted this question and didn't do it because they think that they can't do it. But I can give you a little idea still. Just a little idea. They say use a graph and convert US $2 to EC dollars. So you look for the US $2 right here, and you come straight across. So the EC dollar is with $5 and change. Simple. It's a little coordinate geometry them throw up on you. Well, that's what them do them. Why they did that, they put the coordinate geometry question together with the constant arithmetic question. CXC is very creative. Well, they were very creative this year. So let's hope it don't catch you next year, right? Now, you might be saying, sir, it's not exactly 5. So how do we get what these lines represent? Well, simple. If you understand that each of these lines represents 0.2, so if it's 0.2 and 0.2 plus 0.2 will give you 0.4. So it's $5.40. And then you'd have known the exchange rate We have known the exchange rate, and use the exchange rate to find this. So it was really a question that set you up for reasoning purposes. All right. Now, because the video or thumbnail in our video speaks about and tomorrow in our session we look back on the other remaining questions, but let's say we can go straight to the linear and programming question. All right, so let's say we can go straight to that type of question here. So session, we're really trying to use the session to focus on linear and programming for your benefit. And I'm very much confident that once you register with us, our marathon session, I'm very much confident that you're going to do it in the exam come. Very much confident. By the will of God, you're going to do well. Very much confident of that. Very much confident. So I'm quickly going through looking for the past paper which speaks about linear function, linear programming. So of course you want to make sure that you do very well and that so we're asking you support the program, register, support the program. All right, support the program. Tell your friends about the program so that you can come and have a Cat one post time and be successful. All right. CDP Labs need your results. Need your results. Well, there's not much linear programming in this, apparently in this question, but let's still look through a bit. Let's still look through it a bit. All right, so there's not much linear programming question right here. Not much. All right, not much linear programming, but we're going to look for a linear programming question and then get to you right now, okay? All right, so we have a linear programming question coming up in a second. So just want to understand that when you come to our program, we start tomorrow. We'll ask you please to register. We don't want to leave anybody out. Space is limited, and I'm quite sure that you want to be one of those successful students as well. So it's going to give you another touch on the linear programming questions so we can wrap up this live right now. Just want to wrap it up and make sure that you understand what the proposal is for CDP Library Services. Okay? So we're looking for a linear programming question so we can give it to do or help it to do as we go along. All right. And I trust that there'll be no surprises. No surprises at all, right? Yeah, man, no surprises at all. We just want to do very well. And that's what we are here to do, to help you to do very well. All right, so here we have a linear programming question. Again, we use our graph, GeoGebra graph, to give you a graphical perspective. So we will be doing that right now. All right, so while we wait until that loads, let's get to the question itself. All right, so here we are. Now, it says a shop stocks a Sonics, X Sonics, and Y Zen radius. No, it didn't tell us how many Sonics and Zen radios they stocked. They just said that the shop stocks that. Good. Now, it has shelf space for up to 20 radios. Now, you have to notice how the thing is worded. How the thing is actually worded. So it has shelf space for up to 20 radios. What does that mean? Now, I want you that if you are using past paper questions on your own, don't just read it and try to jump at writing an inequality. No, you don't want to lose any mark, not even 1 mark. So what should you do? Read it slowly, think about different interpretations of the question. Now, if you say it has shell space, what does it mean by shell space? It means that it has some more space to hold some more radius. Now we don't know how much of which type of radio, but we know say the capacity that is left is up to 20 radius. As a matter of fact, the capacity then of the shelf is 20 radius, and no more than 20 radius can hold on the shelf itself. So they want you then know it can be equal to it, but not greater than it. So if you write an inequality to represent this information, the last time I came on the live, I showed you a similar question to this, if you remember. Now, it simply would be X number of sonics plus Y number of Zen radius must be less than or equal to 20 radius. That's all they're asking you to do. Now, the owner of the shop spends $150 to purchase Sonic Radio, $300 for each Zent radio. She has $4,500 to spend on the purchase of these radios. That means then, again, you cannot spend more than you are budgeted for. So you either spend less or the exact amount that you are budgeted for. And that's the whole idea of linear programming. I will show you, I think what we would have done in when we are preparing students for exams in our actual regular program, different from a maths marathon. We design our program that students are able to think things through, reason it out, right? Because the owner spends this on Sonics and spends this on Zen. So they say they want to write an inequality to represent information. So naturally, X times 150 plus Y times $300 again, it must be less than or equal to $4,500. So this include the variables with their money amount. Simple. Now the owner of the shop decides to stock at least 6 Sonics and at least 6 Zen traders. Right? So let us take a look at this now. I'm going to erase this. owner of the shop decides to stock at least six and at least six of this. Now they're going to ask you again to write another inequality. Now this time say write two inequalities to represent this information. Two inequalities to represent this information. Now, if it's going to buy at least six Sonics, and the Sonics is represented by X, at least means that you can buy six or more. The word at least means six, equal to or greater than. So then, the number of Sonics will be greater than or equal to 6. So that's one of them. The other one, at least 6%. So you write Y is greater than or equal to 6. Simple 2 marks. Using a scale of 2 centimeters represents 5 sonic radius and 2 centimeters represents 5 zenith radius. Now, in our next live, which is in our next live that I come on, because Miss K's class is for tomorrow. So I'll be streaming live. Miss Case is having her class. And then during the week. So while we promote, we're helping you to do at least one possible question during our promotion period. Now, again, we're inviting you to support the Maths Marathon. It will be in your best interest to do so, because we're not going to do the question like that. We have the material for our students to develop the skill necessary to be able to read an exam question, identify what is being asked for you to do, and of course, to develop your sense of ability to reason in mathematics so that you can pass this exam grade with higher than a grade 3, right? That is our intention. Now, so again, you can visit our website, CDP Labs Services, right? CDP Labs Services. Visit our website, CDP Labs Edu Services. Or just type, our website is on our YouTube channel. You can click on our YouTube, click on the website link. You go to book online, go to the Maths Marathon, book it, pay $50, you get the courses, you can schedule your classes. And if you are a person who cannot come to the class when we have a scheduled class, you can speak to one of us, and of course, we'll set up a one-on-one session for you as well at no extra cost. All right. So look forward to seeing you in our marathon starting tomorrow. So, of course, if you want to be successful in the maths exam this year, then join the other successful math students that we have had over the years, including last year. Then, of course, be our guest.